Welcome back to my channel. This is the part 2 of our PHP functions. In this video, we are going to take everything we learned in part 1 and go even further. In this video, I will teach you about how we return the values to the functions, call by values, call by reference, and recursive functions and all. So if you are ready to level up your PHP skills, let's get started. So first one is the recursive function. Recursive functions are the functions that call themselves in order to solve a problem. They break down a big problem into the smaller sub-problems, solving each one step by step until the base condition is met. Here you can see it is a small example on a recursive function of factorials. Here first it starts with the echo statement, and factorial is here the function call is a factorial and we passing the argument as 5. It jumps to the function, and here it will check if the n value is less than the 0, then it will return -1. Here the value of n is 5, so the condition is false, then it will jump to the next if statement. It will check if the n value is equals to 0, the condition is false, then it will jump to the return statement. It will here the n value is 5 multiplied by factorial, again the function call is there, so n minus 1, 5 minus 1 is equals to 4, then 4 is passed to the function, and again it will check, and here it will return 5 into 4, again the 4 minus 1, 3 is going to the function, and again it will until the condition becomes less than the 0 or equals to 0. If the equals to 0, then it terminates the recursion. Factorial, this function multiplies the value until 1. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and here is the output. Factorial is 120. Now we will execute this code. First we have to start Apache. I will go to the Sublime Text. Here I will declare the function fact, and here I will pass the argument. Inside this if statement, if the $n value is less than 0, then it has to return -1, and another if statement, here it will check if the n value is equals to 0, then it has to terminate. Here it has to return 1. Now after this return n into again the function call fact of n minus 1, and here after the function we have to give the call to that function. Factorial is, and here is the function call. Here we have to pass that value. Here I have to pass the value. Now save it. I will go to the browser, and as my file is stored in XAMPP htdocs in Janvi folder, and our file name is example.php. So here I will give the path. Here you can see factorial is 120. In this small example only, I will tell you the returning values from functions in PHP. In PHP, functions can return values to the place where they were called. This helps you to reuse the result and make your code more flexible. Here you can see this is the function call, but whenever it call, it execute this task inside the code, inside the function, and it will return whatever is the output, that will return again to the function call. Here you can see, and the key points are the return keyword send a value back to the call code. Here's the return code. Here you can see. Next point is you can store the returned value in a variable or use it directly, and a function stops running as soon as it hits return. It executes the code, but when it hits the return, it will directly come out and gives that values to the called value, calling of that function. Next topic is the PHP call by value. PHP allows you to call a function by value and reference both. In case of PHP call by value, actual value is not modified if it is modified inside the function. Means when you pass a variable by value, PHP sends a copy of a variable to the function. Changes made inside the function do not affect the original value. Now we will execute the code and see. Here I will remove this, and I will give the function another example. Cal, and here I will give one parameter as $num, and here I will do some calculation. Num is equals to plus 10 or whatever. It does some calculation with this variable that we pass to that function. Now here I will declare that variable as, give the value as 5, and I will call that function. Next, after that, here I will print, so it is understand better if that value is changing or not. Now I will save this, and now I will go to the browser and refresh. Here you can see the final output is still 5, but you can see our code. The num value is it has to change, means the 5 plus 10 is equals to 15, but that changing inside the function only. Outside the function it get that output as 5. And one more time, here we will print and check the num value. Now save it. Here you can see that changing inside the function, but outside the function it's still 5. It is the call by value. Next is call by reference. In case of PHP call by reference, actual value is modified if it is modified inside the function. In such case, you need to use a ampersand symbol with a formal arguments. The and means ampersand represent the reference of the variable. Now we will execute that the same code. Here you can see the ampersand symbol with that variable name. Now I will remove this, and here I will give the value, means pass that variable to the function, but using the ampersand symbol. Now I will save it and refresh. Here you can see it is giving the output as 15. Now I will again check inside the function only, inside function. Outside the function. Now save. Here you can see inside the function is 15 and outside the function is also 15. It is the call by reference. Means that when you pass the variable by reference, means using that ampersand symbol, PHP sends an actual variable, not just a copy. Changes made inside the function will affect the original variable as well. And in this we have to use the ampersand symbol with the variable name. Okay, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new about PHP functions today. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more easy to understand coding tutorials. See you in the next video. Happy coding. Bye bye.